This week we have been practicing showing our ideas rather than telling. When we show our ideas, we use our five senses to bring our writing to life. Here is a story with lots of examples of showing sentences. As I read, listen for the sentences that use lots of description and make us feel and imagine what is happening as if we are there ourselves. This story is called The Perfect Spot. Cold, wet sand surrounded my feet on all sides with each step I took. The cool breeze wafted the scent of musty salt beneath my nose. I continued my walk down the coast as I scanned the beach for the perfect spot. My eyes trailed over flip-flops, small colorful shovels and buckets, assortments of beach towels, and giant sun hats. I stopped for a second, noticing an empty area in the sand. Walking quickly in that direction with my beach bag weighing down my arm, I was too slow. I observed as a man, woman, and two kids came barreling down from the boardwalk. They stopped in the area I spotted and heaved a pile of beach chairs and sand toys onto the ground in relief. I threw back my head in frustration and continued my trek down the beach. My eyes continued to comb the beach for a clearing in the sand. Sweat began to roll down my forehead and disappear behind my ear. I also noticed a few squawking seagull friends that joined me in my stroll and looked at me like I should throw them a snack. I started to worry that there were no areas left on the beach to carry out my much anticipated plan. Suddenly, I saw a blue flying saucer soaring towards my face. My head darted left and then right, trying to avoid it. I just looked out as it skimmed my head. As I let reality set in about the situation, I heard a boy call out, "Hey, mister, you throw me my frisbee? That was awesome the way you dodged it." Huh? "Oh, sure," I mumbled, and then sped the blue frisbee as it laid on the ground in front of me. I picked it up and purposefully threw it back with some speed that almost knocked the kid off his feet as he caught it. I shot him a thumbs up and continued my way. I felt hopeless and watched as a tiny sand crab scurried across my path. My bag was like a sack of potatoes sprawled over my shoulder. When at last I spied what could be the groundwork for my little plan. I walked down a bit further, the sand clumped between my toes, to survey the area. The closest people were about a dozen yards away. The clearing of sand was huge, and there was plenty of room to work with. The sand was saturated, soggy, and moldable. A smile spread across my face as I let out a long sigh. I dropped my bag, claimed the area for myself, and unpacked my bag. I unloaded my heavy duty garden shovel and my carving tool, as well as a few buckets of different sizes. I had my spot, my tools, and I was ready to build the best sandcastle this beach has ever witnessed. The author used a lot of showing sentences to really make me feel like I'm right there and I can feel and see the things around. I really liked how the author talked about how heavy his bag was. He said it was like a sack of potatoes sprawled over his shoulder. And I really liked how the author talked about how the sand clumped between his toes. I can almost feel as if it was clumped between my toes. Using showing sentences really brings our writing to life. I also really liked how the author really set the scene. Cold, wet sand surrounded my feet on all sides. Now it's your turn. Look back in your personal narrative in places that you can create showing sentences rather than telling sentences to bring your writing to life.